Yep, call halal Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai by Hashem Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for pushing 100% truth to rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom. This is Matazah Lacham. I just got home from preaching 3.5 hours. Against hard-headed ass people that won't listen to common sense and reason. Me and the brother you call. I get home, my old lady done got into a goddamn altercation with the next door neighbor, flipping the fuck out. I don't know what the fuck's going on, but that's beside the point. I'm gonna try to see what I can do about trying to smash that shit out. Stupid shit, man. What the fuck? I can't even go preach, man. I'm being attacked by Satan from all sides, right? Anyway, yeah, I seen this video about the brother GMS Homeful Elect. And, because he comes and frequents my channel, my live streams and stuff. So I thought I'd laying back on this video as what actually is going to happen. I'm going to go over some extra videos to make sure. Watch this. Yep, Joel chapter 2. All day long, that's what's happening.
Tell you guys something. I don't know if you realize this, but we have no allies. We've severed all bridges to the United States. And China and Russia has gotten involved. Now, they may not have boots on the ground yet, but they are giving strategic information to Iran to strike certain bases and places of interest. But we have no allies, which means, you ever heard about a country getting jumped? I smell it in the air. I feel like we're on the line to being jumped by multiple countries. And where the fuck is Iran getting all these missiles at? They're getting help. Take that under consideration.
Okay, now let's go to these other videos. Cause America's getting their ass stomped, dude. Straight up stomped. Whoa, look, man, are you paying attention? This shit is 24 hours a day. One day ago. Okay. Wow, 9 hours ago, 8 hours ago. Hey man, this shit just gonna keep on going, man. Let me see where all of these videos is at, man. Hold on. Let me see. Boom. Where was I at? Yep. Let's do that one. Another pair. Look at that, man. Disclaimer. Look.
Television. Tensions in the Middle East are escalating again. The conflict between Iran and Israel is entering a more open phase, and both countries are launching long-range attacks on each other using missiles and modern military systems. Hello. This development has put the Middle East region on high alert. One of the most affected cities is Tel Aviv, Israel's economic and technological center. In recent days, air raid warning sirens have sounded repeatedly. Residents are urged to immediately take shelter whenever radar systems detect an aerial threat. This conflict has not only impacted the military, but also the lives of civilians in both countries.
I was trying to move around.
In these attacks, Iran used several types of ballistic missiles. One of the most discussed is the Fatah-2 hypersonic missile. This missile is categorized as a hypersonic missile because of its extremely high speed. Furthermore, this missile has maneuverability during the vano phase of flight. This capability makes its flight path more difficult to predict. Furthermore, Iran also possesses the Khorramshahr 4 ballistic missile. This missile has a range of up to 2,000 km and is designed to carry a warhead with a high destructive power. Another type is the Kersehakan missile, a solid fuel missile with a relatively short launch time. The combination of these missile systems gives Iran the capability to launch large-scale attacks.
Okay. Okay. Wait, stop. Wow. Oh, yeah. Praise the Lord, man. It is over with. Die already. God damn it. Yay. Joel chapter 2, verse 1. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Okay, the holy mountain of the Most High God in this biblical context are his people, right? Like it says in Amos chapter 3, verse 6, right? Let's go get it. Amos, you know me, I'm going to be all over the place. Amos 3 and 6, right? Shall a trumpet be blown in the city? Where's the city? Babylon the Great, right? From what sea to shining sea is nothing but a giant city, right? And the people be not afraid. Shall there be evil in the city and the Lord hath not done it? So let's go back to Joel. Salakia, we all know that that the Most High Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is the one that's doing this thing, right? Oh wow, let's go get that one. Job, right? 33, right? 14. Boom. Uh-oh, went too far. Job 33, verse 14. For God speaks once and even twice, yet no one notices it, including you, Job. In a dream, a vision of the night, one may hear the Most High's voice. When deep sleep falls on men, when slumbering upon the bed, then he opens the ears of men and seals their instruction. How does the Most High do that? Angels. There's a myriad of angels that stretching on into infinity that he created. Okay? Real talk, man. And they all have a different name and they all do something different. The Most High, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, is a genius, man. Okay? And we, being his people, we created everything here in America that these Edomites take for granted, that everybody in the world takes for granted. And as long as you have the Israels, the children of Israel, Salakia, as long as you have the children of Israel in your thrall as slaves, your country develops, and you know it prospers because of the children of Israel that dwell among you. So the Most High Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai made all these nations and scattered his people amongst all of them, so this way they could prosper and bring the weapons down to the valley of Jehoshaphat. Damn, I skipped it, didn't I? Joel chapter, right, I did that. Okay, go to Job. No, it was not Job, it was Joel, Salakia. Joel chapter 2, verse 2. A day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong. This great people and a strong people are symbolic, okay, of the thermonuclear missiles that are going to pelt this place. Okay, because what happens to create this great gloomy darkness is the thermonuclear cloud that comes after the implosion or explosion, and it blows up everything. The firestorm spreads out after the explosion, but after that explosion, all the air is sucked into that area in which the explosion exploded, and it becomes an implosion, and it sucks in life, cars, trees, houses, cars, buildings, everything into it, and then sets on fire. Boom! And then the firestorm spreads out, thermonuclear radiation. But before that, that boom I was referring to is electromagnetic pulse, shutting off all electricity at a 500 mile radius in diameter. Okay? Boom. That's just one nuclear warhead. Can you imagine thousands of them? The Most High said it's going to be 200,000 thousands, even thousands, that are going to smell everything that all of these nations have put together are going to melt America and turn it into a veritable lake of fire. Anyway, the day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness, right? It's going to be a day of clouds and of thick darkness. You know, you got civil war, national emergency, all of that shit's going to jump off. Okay, here in America, 911 is going to be offline. You won't, if a house is on fire and people are inside, ain't going to be no fucking fire department because they've been deployed to the military to go fight in the war of Armageddon. I mean, what the fuck? Like it says in the book of Jeremiah, the Lord will remove from off you the northern army, and the northern army are all of these Edomite Caucasian devils that want to enlist the children of Israel to fight for them, to steal natural resources from another country. Bullshit, right? Hold on. The people, a great people and a strong that hath not been any ever the like, neither shall there be any more after it, even to the years of many generations. A fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth. The only thing that's going to happen is if you go over here to Isaiah chapter 9, verse 5. Oh, Salakia. Where was that? Boom. For every battle of the warriors with confused noise and garments rolled in blood, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. Right? Okay, where was that? Boom. Job. No, Joel. I'm sorry, Salakia. Okay. Joel, right? A day of darkness and thick gloom, many generations, right? Verse 3. A fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth. The land is as the Garden of Eden before them, right? Because right now, America's like the Garden of Eden. It's quiet. Listen. You know, you might hear some cars afar off, right? Nice and quiet. There's no violence. Nobody's tripping. All of that old shit, right? Okay. The land is as the Garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness, right? Now, how's this desolate wilderness going to come about other than thermonuclear destruction? Right? Going over here to Isaiah 66. Right? Verse 15. For behold, the Lord will come with fire, and his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. The Bible is always talking about burning this place to the goddamn ground, man. You people need to understand what's really going on, man. The Most High Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai is making these things happen. Okay? Don't believe it? Let's go to Proverbs chapter 21. Yep, there you go. Verse 1. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, and as the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will. He does whatever he wants, whenever he wants, to whomever he wants to do it, and there's nothing you can do about it. Back to Isaiah 66 and 15, right? So hold on. Verse 16. For fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh. Hold on, let's go get plead definition. Yep. Let's go get plead. Okay. Plead. We'll plead. Shaphat.
Strong's H 8199. Shaphat.
Verb. To judge, to govern, to vindicate, to punish. Okay, hold on, man. To act as a lawgiver or judge or governor, right? To rule, to govern, to judge, to vindicate, to punish. Okay. At theophanic advent for final judgment. Condemning and punishing. Right? To plead, to have controversy together, to be judged. Right? Now, we all know that this is going to happen, but also deliverance simultaneously, right? For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. And that's basically what's going on in Joel chapter 2, man. right? The appearance of them is as the appearance of horses, and as horsemen shall they run, right? Look at that. As the appearance of horses, so shall they run, right? Let's get some more.
Israel is known for its multi-layered air defense system. The first layer is the Iron Dome, designed to intercept short-range rockets. This system has been used for years to protect open areas or remote attacks. To counter long-range ballistic missiles, Israel uses the air missile defense system. This system operates at higher altitudes and is designed to destroy missiles before they enter the lower atmosphere. With this combination of defense systems, Israel attempts to minimize the impact of attacks on civilian areas. However, in a mass attack, not all missiles can be intercepted. Some that do penetrate the defense system fall. In urban areas, apartment buildings suffered damage from explosions or...
Yeah. Right? Suffered damage and explosions, right? Joel chapter 2 verse 4, the appearance of them is as the appearance of horses, and as horsemen so shall they run. Like the noise of chariots on the tops of mountains shall they leap. Like the noise of a flame of fire that devoureth the stubble, as a strong people set in a battle array. Now we just saw what the battle array looks like, right? See? Before their face the people shall be much pained. Now we just heard all this, oh my God, all this panic shit, right? All faces shall gather blackness. Right? Because when they come up, they're going to run into this dust cloud of all of this destruction, and the faces are going to be like they're wearing blackface. And the vast majority of the people over there in the area are either light-skinned or Edomites altogether. Right? They shall run like mighty men. They shall climb the wall like men of war. They shall march everyone on his ways. They shall not break their ranks. You just saw that, right? Does that look like they're breaking their ranks? No. Did they not climb in the walls like mighty men of war to destroy shit? Look underneath. Okay. Come on, man. These motherfuckers are finished, dude. And that same thing is going to happen to us over here. Well, I mean, two-thirds of our people and the heathen nations that still reside here. Right? Neither shall one thrust another. They shall walk everyone in his path. And when they fall upon the sword, they shall not be wounded. So, in other words, what's the sword? The THAAD missile system. The THAAD missile system and the Iron Dome is the sword. Right? When they fall upon the sword, they shall not be wounded. In other words, they won't be able to shoot them out of the sky because they have cluster bombs. These cluster bombs were designed to come in over in that area and then explode into hundreds of different missiles in different areas, man. Blow up all kind of shit. You just heard the guy, right? They shall run to and fro in the city. They shall run upon the wall. They shall climb up upon the houses. They shall enter in at the windows like a thief. Now the windows are the windows up on high. When the thermonuclear intercontinental ballistic missiles go up into the stratosphere, they come down over the continent they were originally designed in order to hit major cities, major whatever, you know, and come down and smash that shit the fuck out and blow it up with thermonuclear heat. Right? This is just a small example of what they're going to do. Okay? Now, let me go back over here. Let me see. Where is that one video? The one chick I was talking, that was just on there. Hold on. Where is it at? The one chick was just talking shit. Hold on. Right here. This one. Check this out. Citizen in Babylon, this is for you from the brother Arrows of Indignation. I ain't gonna make this video too much longer. I'm gonna close out.
Economy from the inside. They're aiming for the Gulf
Emirates, Qatar, to find this war last. They want to make it hurt. They want to make it expensive. Iran isn't attacking the U.S. military directly. They're attacking the global economy from the inside. They're aiming for the Gulf countries, Saudi Arabia, the Emirates, Qatar, the financial engines that keep the U.S. economy alive. Blocking the Strait of Hormuz cuts 90% of the food entering these countries. An inexpensive drone can destroy a desalination plant and leave millions of people without water in 2 weeks. No water, no food, no oil. These countries will collapse. And when they do, they're going to stop investing in the U.S. They'll stop recycling petrodollars into Wall Street, and they'll stop financing the AI and the data centers that support the American economic bubble. Iran doesn't need to win the battle. They need to break up this alliance. And when the bubble bursts, it's going to take everything down with it. Iran's strategy is different. They want to make this war last. They want to make it hurt. They want to make it expensive. Iran isn't attacking the U.S. military directly. Blocking the Strait of Hormuz cuts 90% of the food entering these countries. An inexpensive drone can destroy a desalination plant and leave millions of people without water in 2 weeks. No water, no food, no oil. These countries will collapse. And when they do, they're going to stop investing in the U.S. They'll stop recycling petrodollars into Wall Street, and they'll stop financing the AI and the data centers that support the American economic bubble. Iran doesn't need to win the battle. They need to break up this alliance. And when the bubble bursts, it's going to take everything down with it.
Everything about this is about collapsing the global economy. That's all it is. They're bankrupting every single one of us. At $150 a barrel, your loaf of bread is going to start costing $12. I mean...
What do you mean? Well, let's go to Revelation. Right? Chapter 6. Right? Right here. Let's start here. Revelation chapter 6, verse 5. And when he had opened the third seal, I heard the third beast say, Come and see. And beheld, and lo, a black horse, and he that sat on him had a pair of balances in his hand. And I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say, A measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny. See that thou hurt not the oil and the wine. The oil and the wine are the Israelites scattered amongst all the heathen nations that believe on the names of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, those that have been predestinated for salvation here in these last days. Okay, the measure for wheat for a penny is they're going to take a measure of wheat, right? A measure of wheat, loaf of bread for a penny. A denarius. A denarius could be any denomination of whatever type of money you put upon it. Okay, so if you look at it, you know, you got a buy a loaf of bread for $12. What the actual fuck, man? You guys better be watching your grocery stores then, because soon the Strait of Hormuz is cut off. Fuck it, they're at war. Boom. Donald Trump got on the horn this morning before I went out to preach today, talking about the Strait of Hormuz. They're at war. Okay. And when he had opened the fourth seal, I heard the voice of the fourth beast say, Come and see. And he looked, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed with him. Right? And power was given unto them over the fourth part of the earth to kill with the sword, and with hunger, and with death, and with the beasts of the earth. The beasts of the earth. Who are the beasts of the earth? EU and NATO. Okay, coming in, you know, because Esau-Edom, the so-called white man, okay, is a wild brute beast. A wild bestial-like man. Okay? The devil simply means adversary. And these devils are an adversary to everybody that they're at war with. They're at war with the children of Israel. They're at war with the Indians. They're at war with the so-called Africans, the Hamites, the Canaanites. Hell, they're at war with Afghanistan. They're at war with Iraq. They're fucking at war with everybody on the fucking planet. Okay? And we try to tell you what these devils are up to, what they're trying to do, but shit, you don't want to hear what we got to say. We try to tell you. I mean, these people are insane, man. Okay? And power was given unto them over the fourth part of the earth to kill with the sword, and with hunger, and with death. Right? Let's go get it. Second Ezra. Okay, Ezekiel, damn, I should have read that one too, but let's go to Second Ezra right quick. Second Ezra chapter 16, verse 17. Woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death. We're at the beginning of this shit, man. It says the same thing in the book of Matthew, okay? This is the beginning of sorrows. Let's get it. It means you think I'm full of shit. Okay? Where's it at? Where's it at? Matthew 24. Boom, 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 boom. Right? Here we go. Matthew chapter 24, verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and we're seeing that right now. Okay? Kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. And if you do a Google search on how many earthquakes jumped off just today, it'd be, what, 700-800 earthquakes in different parts of the earth. Okay? Come on, man. The Son of God is almost here, like it says in Luke chapter 12, verse 49. Okay? Let's go get it, man. I couldn't remember it right off. That really got me that time. Luke chapter 12, verse 40. Oh, there it is, 49. Right? Boom. I am come to send fire on the earth. And what will I if it be already kindled? See? It's already kindled. It's It's too late, man. Ain't nothing they can do. Okay, where was I at? Man, because like I told you when I started the video, I'm all over the place, man. Okay. Okay, let's start in Luke 19. Luke 21, okay. Damn it. Where was that? Going back to Luke 19, Salakia. Verse 43, right? For the day shall come upon thee that thine enemies shall cast a trench about thee, and compass thee round, and keep thee in on every side. Verse 44, right? Because under all of these protests, under civil unrest and national emergency, and these protests, they're going to come in with martial law on the troops that they have left, because Jeremiah says that they're going to remove off from amongst the children of Israel the northern army. Right? How did they do that? With martial law and the implementation of the national draft. Okay? And send all of the experienced troops to the so-called Middle East. Right? They removed from off you the northern army. Right? Verse 44, and shall lay thee even with the ground. Now, ICE, you're going to have individuals that are going to want to try to feed their family by any means necessary. So you have individuals that are going to join ICE deliberately and on purpose, okay, in order to feed their family. That means that if ICE gives them a directive to kick your door in at 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning and drag your ass in the middle of your underwear in the middle of the yard and blow your brains out through summary execution under martial law, they are authorized to do that. And that is the plan, man. It's all about world global depopulation. And I apologize about saying all these words, but I mean, the algorithm is going to stop this video from getting out or take it down altogether, because these the internet, or what do you call them, the Israeli Defense Forces, okay, they're already taking over all of the technology here in America. They've already taken it all over. Fuck it. Okay, you see updates on your phone, you see updates on your TV at home for no reason. That's the Israeli Defense Forces that they're scanning your house, they're scanning your home, they're scanning your phone to see if you are loyal or disloyal to Israel. Okay, through Palantir, Gideon, OpenAI. All that shit is now open to the Israeli Defense Forces and the Israeli Mossad. They can do whatever the fuck they want to do now. You see? I mean, it's all biblical prophecy. All this is prophesied, man. For the days shall come upon thee that thine enemy shall cast a trench about thee and compass thee round and keep thee in on every side. Right? Right? Like it says in 2 Ezra chapter 15, verse 19. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Right? Let's get it. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Right? Verse 17, 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 17. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, for because of their pride the city shall be troubled, their houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. Now, we just got through talking about the lack of bread, right? Now, you just heard the video. The guy was talking about because of the closure of the Straits of Hormuz, okay, a loaf of bread is going to be $12, $15 a fucking loaf. People are already having a hard time trying to avoid everything that they can try to avoid, and it's not working. Okay, they can't afford to pay just to live. They have to rob Peter to pay Paul. They have to decide if they're going to pay the light bill or buy groceries and sit in the fucking dark. That's where people are at now, right? 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 Behold, saith the Lord Yahweh, I will call together all the kings of the earth to reverence me, which are from the rising of the sun, which is the east, from the south, and from the rising of the sun, from the south, and from the east, and from Libanus, to turn themselves one against another. And that's exactly what they're doing. They're turning themselves one against another. Okay, now if you go further down, okay, behold, in horrible vision, the appearance thereof from the east, where the nations of the dragons of Arabia shall come out with many chariots, and the multitude of them shall be carried as the wind upon the earth, and all they which hear them may fear and tremble. Now, there was a video where a young woman, I was trying to find that video, where the young lady was saying that the Israeli, or not the Israeli, but the Iranians, the Caramanians, raising in wrath, coming out with many chariots, right? Also the Caramanians raging in wrath shall go forth as the wild boars of the wood, right? And with great power shall they come and join battle with them, right? Who are they? And shall waste a portion of the land of the Assyrians. And right now, Israel looks like Gaza. Let me see if I can find that, man. Come on, man. Let me see if I can find that. Boom, boom. Right? Damn, where is that video, man? Is that it? No. Damn, where is that video, man? Come on, man. View channel, right? Boom. What the fuck, man? Hold on. It was view all. Because I had seen that earlier. Oh, man, come on. Okay? I'm trying to find it, y'all. I really am, man. View all. Okay? Hold on. Joel 2 and 4.
People look up. Good people. Look up. Wow, look what's coming in the sky.
Okay. Hold on. Let me see. Where is that chick at, man? I know she's in here. There she is. Boom.
The Iranian foreign minister said, run up, get done up. And when I tell you, I watched that NBC News interview and he did not blink or flinch. And that reporter kept trying to allude and ask and try to get him off his square. And that man said, we ready.
President Trump has not ruled out boots on the ground in Iran. Are you afraid of a U.S. invasion in your country?
No, we are waiting for them.
You were waiting for the U.S. military to invade the ground troops?
Yes, because we are confident that we can confront them, and that would be a big disaster for them.
Let me tell you something. I know he's not going to be the one on the front line. But if you know anything, you are taught to be wary of the person that is that kind of mild-tempered. He is confident and assured. Check the pause. Look.
So you're saying that Iran is ready and willing to take on the U.S. military if there were to be ground troops?
Well, we were ready for this war even more than the previous war. So you can see, the quality of our missiles, how much they are upgraded after the last war, because we learned lots of lessons. And we are prepared for any other eventuality, even, a ground invasion. So our soldiers are prepared for any scenario. I When I said we are waiting for them, it didn't mean that we are waiting for continuation of the war. No, but we have prepared ourselves to confront with any scenario, with any eventuality, any possibility, and we know that we can handle that.
Okay, now they're talking about fighting to the death. You have a lot of American soldiers that are not willing to fight to the death. You are American soldiers in a different country fighting against the people that have nothing to lose. Okay, common sense dictates move the fuck around. Okay, leave these motherfuckers the fuck alone, man, because they're going with that bullshit and blow something out, nigga. And then they're gonna tell the people. Then they're gonna tell the people here in America with these sleeper cells to start blowing shit up, man. Come on, man. Motherfucker, you in a restaurant, you with your family, you doing your thing with your family. You know what I'm saying? Boom. Really? Man, yeah, shit. Leave these monkeys alone, man. Let them do their thing. This is crazy, dude. All right, let me see if I can find me another video. Check this out, man. Okay, now you understand how the Israeli defense forces are going to run out of missiles and bullets and drones and robots, right? Then you understand how Slovakia, the American forces are going to run out of all of these missiles and bombs, right? Because they're pretty much done with missiles and bombs. They're finished. Fuck it. Okay. This is what they're doing when they looking from outer space with those outer space satellites and zoom in. They see a bunch of ships on the ground. They're just getting them to go in there, use a drone, and use a missile uselessly, and nobody is around. Nobody's hurt. All they did was blow a hole in the ground. These people have figured this shit out, man. In Iran, when the first Ayatollah Khomeini took power, man, their first job was to create as many missiles and bombs as they could, and they created an underground city that stretches on for 100 miles. Was it 10 or 15 miles last time I heard? Okay, in any goddamn direction, as far as the eye can see, you nothing but missiles and bombs, man. Them motherfuckers can hold off America and Israel and EU, NATO, and all of the rest of these motherfuckers off for months. No problem. Going into a year. By that time, America will be broke. Everybody in this motherfucker is trying to buy a loaf of bread for $30. If they can find one. Goddamn bottle of water be $30, $20. That's where everything is going to be, man. And if you don't have the mark of the beast RFID chip, which is the digital ID, that they want you to access their central bank digital currency through the universal basic income or universal austerity income that they're going to give you per month, okay? And they're going to bribe you. They're going to put you in a position in America and to accept the bribe of this universal basic income where you get $2,000, $3,000 a month. And the only way to access it is to participate in a cashless society. And only to participate, you have to have the mark of the beast, RFID microchip, micro C-hip, embedded underneath your skin. Or you have to have the Elon Musk brain chip. One of the fucking two, man. Because that way they can use an RFID gun and scan to see if you have the actual monetary compensation through the universal basic income and austerity income there to purchase what you need. And then those purchases are going to be astronomically high, where you goddamn can't afford it anyway. So you see, it's all about the Hegelian dialectic. Pressure from above, pressure from below. Okay? They pressure your ass and push you into a corner where you have no choice but to react and make a bad decision that will cost you your eternal salvation. That's the point. That's what everybody's saying. That's what they're goddamn, okay? Check this out, America First. Look.
I just want you to really let sink in what's happening here, okay? So while this 20-year-old just died for a war of choice started by Trump and his Epstein friends to not only help cover up the Epstein files, but to help the Israeli regime who wanted to attack Iran for 40 years expand the Greater Israel Project, Yair Netanyahu, the son of Benjamin Netanyahu, is living in Florida in a $5,000 a month penthouse. Look at how pasty white this motherfucker is. He could blind someone, but, you know, indigenous to the Middle East, Lamau. Yair has long been a polarizing figure in Israel, where critics claim that he enjoyed the trappings of his family's power and a playboy lifestyle without ever holding down a proper job. He doesn't even live there, bro. He lives in Florida. Where are the deportations when you need them? So just do me a favor and keep this contrast in your mind. If you or a family member is in the U.S. military, you should resign. You should resign. See, it's going to be kind of hard to fight World War III if you don't go.
Okay. Okay. Esau-Edom is coming apart and all of his bullshit at the seams. It's just coming apart, man. Everybody on the planet knows the exact fucking master plan. They know everything, man. And EU, NATO, what you call them, the monkeys over there, what you call them motherfuckers, I keep forgetting. The Rothschilds and the Rockefellers that's telling Bibi Netanyahu to tell America what to fucking do. Okay, the Bank of International Settlements. All of these motherfuckers have diplomatic immunity. Okay. Okay, and I forgot the name of the other one. They have diplomatic immunity and plausible deniability, where they can just do whatever the fuck they want to do whenever they want to do it, and there's nothing you can do about it to change anything. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to tell you with these biblical prophecies and these video epistles, hey man, it's time to repent. Repentance is found here. 2nd Ezra, chapter 16, verse 67. Behold, the Most High himself is the judge. Fear him. Leave off from your sins and forget your iniquities to meddle no more with them forever. So shall the Most High Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua lead you forth and deliver you from all trouble. But you don't want to be delivered from Jacob's trouble, right? Why would you not want to be delivered from Jacob's trouble? Right? Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 6. Ask ye now and see whether a man doth travail with child. What does travail mean? Let's go, let's go and get into this book then. Boom, boom. Jeremiah chapter 30. Okay, hold on. Verse 6, right? Travail. Doth travail with child.
Strong's H3205. Yalad. Yalad.
To bear, to bring forth, to beget, to gender, to travail, to bring forth a child of birth, of distress. Simile, of wicked behavior, to beget, to be born, to cause, to help, to bring forth, right? To assist. Okay? To bear, figuratively, of wicked bringing forth iniquity. Right? Ask ye now and see whether a man doth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness. Right? Because it's going to be tough. You're going to see a grown man with all kind of muscles like he been bodybuilding for 100 goddamn years crying like a bitch. Because they ain't got no food, there ain't no water, ain't no electricity, ain't no internet, ain't no help, and ain't nobody coming. See? Alas, for that day is great, so that there is none like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, right? Because remember, Jacob was scattered amongst all the nations, amongst the heathen, where they scattered. They were all scattered, but he shall be saved out of it, which are the elect of the house of Israel, that have been predetermined by the Most High God, written on the palm of his hand to be and receive salvation. Let's prove it. Isaiah chapter 49, verse 16. Behold, I have graven thee upon the palms of my hands. Thy walls are continually before me. Thy children shall make haste. Thy destroyers and they that made thee waste shall go forth of thee. Right? They will go forth. Right? Okay. How are they going to go forth? They're going to go before you. They're going to go into, what do you call, the national draft before you. Okay? Because they would rather have white men fight for Israel than a so-called black man. Remember, not long ago, as a matter of fact, this time last year, they put a video out stating that black men, so-called black men in the military, have hair bumps underneath their skin and they're not eligible for continued service. So a lot of men were kicked out by dishonorable discharge because they have hair bumps underneath their neck or hair bumps on their face, because their face was naturally to grow hair, the beard, to show manhood, and they continually shave and make all these hair bumps. White man says that they are unclean, so they shouldn't be in the military. So, okay, all of these different individuals shall go forth from before thy face, right? Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can go get that one. The Northern Army, right? Boom. Right? Joel chapter 2, verse 20. But I will remove far off from you the northern army, and will drive them into a land barren and desolate, and his face toward the eastern sea, and his hinder part toward the utmost sea, and his stink shall come up, and his ill savor shall come up, because he hath done great things. What does that mean? Well, let's go over here to the book of Ezekiel. Okay. Yep. Ezekiel chapter 35, verse 6. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord God, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut off from it him that passeth out, and him that returneth. And I will fill his mountains with his slain men. Who? Mount Seir. Where's Mount Seir? Okay, let's go to Mount Seir. We need to find out who Mount Seir is, right? Mount Seir. Where's Seir at? Boom. Seir.
Strong's
Seir.
H8165. Seir.
Right? Seir. Mount Seir. Mount Hairy or Shaggy. What does it say in the book of Genesis chapter 25, verse 22? Esau-Edom, the so-called white man, came out first, red all over like an hairy garment. And thus his name was called Esau, which means red. Right? He's not these pink, ivory-colored bastards with fully colored eyes and funny-colored hair that smell of a wet dog when they sweat and the pores of their skin, right? The inhabitants of Edom before the descendants of Esau, the Edomites, right? The land of Edom, south of the Dead Sea, right? Apparently also called Mount Seir, and extending most of the distance of the mountain range itself. A mountain in northern Judah lying westward from Kirjath Jearim. In one of the videos, they were talking about that they were blowing up Kirjath Jearim. They were blowing it up. Iran was blowing up that area because you have Edomites living in our area claiming to be us. Remember? Okay. A mountain range in Edom extending from the Dead Sea to the Elanitic Gulf. Right? Okay, because I'm like, wow, all of this is really happening. Praise the Lord. Okay? Yep. And I will fill his mountains with his slain men, and thy hills, and in thy valleys, and in thy rivers shall they fall that are slain with the sword. I will make thee perpetual desolations. Thy cities shall not return, and ye shall know that I am the Lord. Why? Because thou hast said these two nations, right? The northern and southern tribe of the house of Israel, right? And these two countries, Azareth, aka America, and the land of Israel, shall be mine, and we will possess it. Where is the Lord is there. How did they possess us as the Lord was there? Through indentured servitude, captivity, and slavery. That's how they done it. Okay? They bought and sold us. Like it says in the book of Joel, chapter 3, verse 2. I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, right? Whom they have scattered. Those Edomites over there claiming to be Israeli are not the Israelites. They have never been scattered. To be scattered means that you eventually will not know who you are, right? Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 4. And thou, even thyself, shall discontinue from thine heritage. What was our heritage? Let's go find out what the heritage was. See? From thine heritage, right? Possession, property, inheritance, heritage, property, portion, share, possession. Okay. Nachala, in its usual sense, properly something inherited, i.e. abstractly occupancy, or concretely an heirloom, generally an estate, patrimonially, or portion, heritage to inherit, inheritance or possession. Okay? That's what that means. From thine heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not, for ye have kindled a fire in mine anger which shall burn forever. Right? See? So if we were discontinued from our heritage and our inheritance, the Most High Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua says this even further. Of the Edomite devils, there were a foreign nation that shall be driven off, right? Isaiah chapter 14, verse 21, prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. Prepare a slaughtering place for his sons, because of the wickedness or the sin, the injustice, the wrongdoing of their fathers. Right? The sin, the injustice, and the wrongdoing. You see that through the Epstein files. You see that through stealing people's natural resources that have no ability to fight back by exterminating through genocide, the Palestinian people. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't give a shit about the Palestinians or the Israelis. They're either one are inhabiting my land, and I don't want them over there. Okay? They don't belong there. Neither one of them. Okay? But that doesn't justify one to exterminate the other and use a biblical context in Deuteronomy chapter 25, verse 17 through 19, saying that because you will remember what Amalek did unto thee by the way when thou wast come out from Egypt, okay, when thou wast weary and thou wert tired and hungry, when they attacked the hindermost part of you as a people. The hindermost part of us would be our women, our old men, the children, and the babies. Are they not doing this shit in Gaza? But they want sympathy from the American people that they've done this to an indigenous population of people. You did that to the Palestinians. You went in there and stole their houses and put them out and told them, if you come back, we'll kill you. You did that in 1948. Between 1948 and 1952. It was global. Everybody in the world heard about that bullshit. Okay? Isaiah chapter 14, verse 21. Prepare slaughter for his children, that the iniquity of their fathers, that ye do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. For I will rise up against them, saith the Lord of hosts, and cut off from Babylon the name, the remnant, and son and nephew, saith the Lord, Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai. See? So the Most High has already got it in his heart to destroy these devils from off the face of the fucking earth. And I'm going to close up with this. Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 2. The Lord, okay. Also, thou son of man, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, unto the land of Israel, an end is come upon the four corners of the land. Now is the end come upon thee, and I will send mine anger upon thee, and I will judge thee according to thy ways, and will recompense upon thee all thine abominations. And mine eye shall not spare thee, neither will I have pity, but I will recompense thy ways upon thee, and thine abominations shall be in the midst of thee, and ye shall know that I am the Lord. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, an evil and only evil, behold, is come. An end is come, the end is come, it watcheth for thee, behold, it is come. You see? And that's basically what's going on in the so-called Middle East, man. Okay, you can see the shit blowing up in everybody's face. Right? Here's another video. Let's look.
شوف
All right.
شوف الفطاط شوف.
Remember, Joel chapter 2. Remember, verse 4. Let's go get it. Back again. Joel chapter 2, verse 4. The appearance of them is as the appearance of horses, and as horsemen so shall they run. Like the noise of chariots on the tops of mountains shall they leap, like the noise of a flame of fire that devoureth the stubble, as a strong people set in a battle array. Before their face the people shall be much pained, all faces shall gather blackness. See? So there you go, man. Isaiah chapter 13, right? Verse 5. They come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even the Lord, and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land. Howl ye, for the day of the Lord is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt. So when these devils push, okay, martial law, civil unrest, right, and they push because of the protests, okay, against the United States government of not having enough food and water to feed the people, right? And there's no power. Everything is shut the fuck off, right? Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt. They shall be afraid. Pangs and sorrows shall take hold on them. They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth. They shall be amazed at one another. Their faces shall be as flames. And that's exactly what's going on in Israel right now. And the same thing is going to happen over here in America. Babylon the Great, the land of Merathaim, the land of double rebellion, where they say the law is done away with and it's okay for a man to marry another man and adopt children. Right? All praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Yahweh Kakadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for pushing 100% truth and rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom. Okay. Now these motherfuckers want sympathy when the American forces just bombed a motherfucking school, a schoolhouse with 175 little girls, and the oldest one was 6 years old in Iran. They want pity. Oh, pity us. Feel sorry for us. Ain't that a bitch? You motherfuckers have been raping, murdering, and pillaging every nationality and race on the face of the motherfucking earth, and now all of a sudden you want pity? Shalom.